over to Hospice of North Coast, speaking with Sharon Lutz. She is the Executive Director. And you have a 4-page flyer here, 4 pages, on what you should look for when choosing hospice for your loved ones. And I think it may be relevant to briefly point out what hospice is. Why don't you tell everybody what that is?
Hospice is a benefit that is provided by currently Medicare and private insurance. It is for a patient, an individual who has a terminally diagnosed illness. That means they are at the end of life. It's ordered by a physician. It's a family's choice to decide which hospice they would like to use. So if you go to the hospital and you've been diagnosed, say, with a cancer, that there's no treatment, that hospital may say, well, we have a hospice right here and they can come and tell you about that benefit. But you have a right to say, I think I'd like to interview 3 or 4 hospices, or maybe you already have a hospice that someone else had that hospice and they thought it was wonderful service. So you're allowed to make that decision. It is not decided by a physician or a hospital which hospice you decide to use. It is the patient and family's decision.
Got it. And so I read through here, you got 17 important questions that one should go through when interviewing, and I would imagine there's probably more. So we'll consider these the top 17, and just kind of been flipping through them. But accredited and national organization, there's a hospice accreditation?
There is a hospice accreditation. There is the Joint Commission. I think many people know it as JCO. That is an organization that comes out, and after you have been through licensing, you get a license just like any business. Then they go through all of the important medical investigation to make sure you have everything in place that Medicare says you must have to run a certified hospice. And so it takes you up to another level of care. The standard from your nursing staff to your physicians to all of the quality is really then deemed by Joint Commission. And I think that's important. If that agency's gone to the next level, they're taking it very serious, the kind of care they're providing.
Well, you have on here a family evaluation survey. What does that mean?
Well, after a patient has been on hospice and now that patient has passed,
okay,
we did send out a survey that says, tell us how we did. And basically you report back, did you feel comfortable providing care for your loved one? Did you have full understanding of the disease process? Were you surprised or not feeling confident when that patient passed? You had plenty of information. Did you know about medications? Did you understand medical equipment, supplies? There's 42 questions that was on our past survey. Medicare has now developed their own survey that they will send families, and so it really is the responsible part of the agency to make sure their staff understands that they are going to be under a huge focus group looking at how well did we provide the care. So that's why I think it's important that families and the patient get really educated about what they should look for when they go to choose a hospice.
Talking with Sharon Lutz. She is the Executive Director of Hospice of North Coast. The website is hospicenorthcoast.org. That's the website, hospicenorthcoast.org. Going over, I've got a list of 17 questions you should make sure you ask your hospice caregiver when you're in interviewing process. And again, more information, hospicenorthcoast.org.